Maneva na sema PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV de osia dem yopo.
People sign certificates to say that a report on government liabilities, and in that report I disallowed 5.4 billion Ghana cedis.
Yes.
That time it was about 1.1 billion US dollars equivalent. Our verification or audit revealed that some of the contracts, people sign certificates to say that this work has been done, but during the course of the audit, you go down there and you don't find the work done. The construction firms may submit their claim, and then the certification is done by the various officers, and that is not there. If you read that report, you will see that there are several instances we say that the items procured, we cannot even find it.
That's right.
If you even remember the popular Crow and Associate case, it was the same thing that the auditors came with, that they don't know what exactly Crow and Associate did, for which they were paid.
And yet they took our money.
Yes, they took more than, people have been talking about 1 million Ghana cedis. It's dollars, they're not Ghana
They
cedis.
took $1 million.
It was $1 million. It's not
for
Ghana
doing
cedis,
no work.
for which we have no evidence of work done. And that was what we were challenging. And we went to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court danced Palogo around the case and then and released them.
What kind of country?
Yes, because the Supreme Court in that case, to be honest with you, I was shocked by their behavior, because the judge referred to the Supreme Court to tell us whether actually that procurement, that activity, was of national security.
What kind of, I don't want to use the word, but look at what we are seeing. And we are citizens of this country. And these drivers, what they cannot do in their own countries, they do it here with impunity. Because we have some of our unpatriotic brothers and sisters who prefer money to protecting our road infrastructure. Because people want money in their pockets. There are people in my own ministry who are involved in this kind of thing. We have a number of asset load centers from here to Paga, a number of them, but they pass through. We have fought this war all these years, and we don't seem to win. There are a lot of corrupt people, there are a lot of thieves in my own ministry. You sack them, you employ new ones, and when they come, the new ones are even worse than those that you sack. What sort of country are we building for ourselves?
They should be paid.
What kind of, I don't want to use the word.
The former rector of GIMPA, Professor Stephen Adai, alleged the high levels of corruption by appointees of the current administration.
This road contract will be given to you, provided you put 1 million upfront, not that when you get your money. Then, and this is what Akufo-Addo must be thinking about, and if he knows about it, must be ashamed of. That now his people demand from you a certain amount before you be considered for the job. Why? Because then when they get it, whether the government pays you or not, they have gotten their money. As if people are in a hurry to loot the country before the end of Akufo-Addo's term.
He acknowledged the possibility of a rebound, but also warned that the journey would be challenging.
One of the greatest disappointments of Nana Akufo-Addo's regime is that, honestly, he raised the hope of Ghanaians. Ghanaians expected that we had gotten the leader with a vision, with the charisma, with the determination. And it seems if he doesn't redeem himself in the next 14 months, he will go down in history of one of the most disappointing leaders. And what corruption, the arrogance, they think that there is Ghana is for them, and that without them Ghana would not be there. Even some of them thinking that they should tell us who should be our next president. God forbid.
He questioned government reluctance to address the issue of brain drain, which he believes has led to a crisis in the health and financial sectors.
The nurses and the teachers, who constituted about 75% of public service, will go for loans. And because they were public servants, it was assured. Now they are run away and they can't pay. So have to chase them to London, to America, and other things. So the small banks, I know one which has about 7 million Ghana cedis, they are chasing, they have to write off.
He anticipates that citizens will hold leaders accountable to promote growth and development. The former rector of GIMPA, Professor Stephen Adai, alleged the high levels of corruption by appointees of the current administration.
This road contract will be given to you, provided you put 1 million upfront, not that when you get your money. Then, and this is what Akufo-Addo must be thinking about, and if he knows about it, must be ashamed of. That now his people demand from you a certain amount before you be considered for the job. Why? Because then when they get it, whether the government pays you or not, they have gotten their money. As if people are in a hurry to loot the country before the end of Akufo-Addo's term.
He acknowledged the possibility of a rebound, but also warned that the journey would be challenging.
One of the greatest disappointments of Nana Akufo-Addo's regime is that, honestly, he raised the hope of Ghanaians. Ghanaians expected that we had gotten the leader with a vision, with the charisma, with the determination. And it seems if he doesn't redeem himself in the next 14 months, go down.
Na Peter,
yeah.
For 7 minutes, man, we are not a Kayakovo Takakra. So, you can't put us in the Kakra. And you found no repair.
Say if we say, oh, why? Now, when the variables are presented to you, you have a cause to change your mind. And then penny for woman who no cray. And penny for the na kata womanim. Na ye kano krensam chira mu mrebi anu mu enhuno no. Enne eye sesabiu savil ne yi. Ama no krensam ane ye kano. Enne won so eden ekabi. Into the lives of Professor Stephen Adai no no. Me de mebo wona baso say empre no wo hu ne kure na woka. Sansu na mefa kwanya so. Na makachire mpanifu ahodo bebre. Professors ahodo amwo university akese mi ankasa me University of Ghana. More other institutions. Lawyers, traditional leaders. Asofofo mpanifu Muslim mpanifu. Munyina enna mahuno no kore no. Ebre aso say obi ababie na no waka. You see, on mine yono. On mine yono. And you say, and you do your mind. So who no crana no one can, one more on mine yonsum. Until I ana de be a catch or say, ye can't mind your samonoa. Timamuni biada. I will crack a say, on mining baby a drone and quay also. Until no a ye, Sasabri, Yura. Professor Stephen Ademo na edikai wachi amwakwata video no baye ansa na Professor Stephen Ademo video ni ba onimza
sanity
na yewura amwakwata wa ye road minister e kire Ghana for say proye katasesa sikadie kankan e koso e wona se ye road ministry. Udani yo. Wabo video na matiefo nyate. Enti minister na wano oye sector minister da share na no. Wano ankasa di kaba bonten beka say proye katasese kankan koso ewo maseye. we ye bi mo dia omo be ba ni pom ye dan wo mo chen so
ba wu ya bi sana sem maybe sana say e ba ne say Anthony Kabo o me yi no
o dia me bai
to the wu ya
me nyina bo no ya kire wo say sa ahye honom no ana Professor Stephen Ade abaka to so say wo pe contract our road ministry you tua $1 million. So $1 million no.
Ghana cedis.
What? No, it's $1 million Ghana cedis.
Yeah, I did $1
million Ghana cedis. $1 million. Etitie, I say contractor woko pe roader. Ya mano, oko tua brab $1 million Ghana cedis. Wafa ebe ye den wonko ye sampetie. Enfama. Tienyo contract woko pe road contract. Near the road contract na mano. Etunam kromna wa kwan bebiri asaya. $1 million Ghana cedis binti. Ya ya sampeti di amount. Eba ne sa. Omo ma wo the contract nam so ma di omu twobo adie ni nti no. Ye ntimi nka ho asam. Enti sa ne ma wo mu nyina no. De ato so bio. Wo kai pa se. Papa be training nsa no ode ne nsa mienu nyina ji sika bi. Okay na papa bi tie gwam. Sa video mi tru se mo sa video. No de nsa bienu na o gi sika bi. Envelope kutu bi.
Yeah,
brother. Sa dia no na ye road issues.
Asamum
me kamechero. Sa papa no on the 12 gwam ho no. Entimetre the root of the corruption. Adokro. Sa road ministry ho. Wache yanti krom ha ani abeka che cash for seat o pesa wotna ben papa no a enkase wo $200,000 $200,000 enye krom an yete yanti krom ha ani abeka che ya se o pesa ubuku appointment with papa bia ubetua $20,000 anonya makwasi menza na mekan you were Kennedy Japan ka ugroma but you refi kwesi nyan techi ye wuraku for the nitotwo mutwo ni expose ye baye wura fi so ka se papa ye wuraku for do de wo pe contract won wa ona mayem nya corruption ratio 5:2:3:1 so presidency ni de 5 million
vice president
3 million minister 2 million no more mugu as a director for no maje 1
it's in dollars
corruption ratio in dollars. So what I say, the chronological events of allegations and Yama Adokra Bawi when it comes to related corruption issues. They are just you. You will go for the same far when you're not because in 30 January, you are best set a special prosecutor. Why a state institution? Special prosecutor na we na dwuma for the first enquiry ehwehwemu de baba abontene be ka che say yawura president Akufo-Addo mother serpent of corruption yawura domelevo ono so say another state institution auditor general ono so abonte be ka che say nokra an associate yawura osafo mafo president Akufo-Addo the senior minister no ne da bon adano won ne konakra na president Akufo-Addo de on ye friend say yewura osafo mafo de sikasam ne ho ntutua bia twobotie ne niam ne nyina no mu chadie enti kro an associate nko ya se no so $1 million wen kwabrane anya hwe wanampam wanya hwe ya tabri Ghana fo sika mokolafo ane ya baye fo tata wa mo no mo tax ne ejeje trasi drivers ya tata wa mo wantua wo to aye ye je wo ka sanyama ni nyina ye kekasa sika no nkakra ene sukufo akyerɛkyerɛfo anasesfo adwumayɛfo wodo aye banks tax ahodo aye tuatua no ye kamba mu a ye tabiri $1 million ade akoma kwabrani bia de ne kwa wonya ye hwe sika wasi ya de kwa ya akwanya wodo apropo ni apansam no ni atabiri $1 million Ghana cedis na kwabrani bi tete ho enti road bia ni age $1 million at the end of the day kilometer of roads na wasi ya no ni akate so de wasi ya no so a ya quality ya sampete ya the amount. This is the nature of the Akufo-Addo clueless government. Ayetimu sesia enti sankrofo we no mo ana ye wo ho ya so na Professor Frempong Boateng so and then a galamsey expose and then the one young man you know about betoga. O chere say ye ka pepa e wo say ye the fight galamsey you would kufado na what one only pepa because corruption and yama bonia e koso ho nyina you would kufado onim hu bi. At the end of the day no the whole presidency is corrupt. The corrupt presidency and you want to kroma say sir bombo twetwe afiri ntuase be ka kire ye se dan chama wu a wache mene hwa na ekodi achinje edi sa nkofo ya mabobobo mu de ni nyina no chronological event day in and day out sa nkofo no bia ba bonten abe kire ye nse o mampani akufodo ne bawomi amamuo ne de kata sese ne proye no adware amamuo no ana me kire o se enye ye no mo nko a ya won panifo hudo bebira omo so wo madanse omo de omo sam na hye won but the truth will always stand said ye Vanda Fokano enti sabre ya yewura Professor Stephen Ade Abano unim said the Ministry of Road for my and you find a panic reaction unim say a Ministry of Road for na atro e dia koma yoko o man fan ko shraj o man fan ko special prosecutor o man fan ko babia straight ya fan ko yes ya fan koma yoko because o munim enhyehyɛ ya ewo yoko honom aseye enti at the end of the day ono ankasa nim say nasia ya pa na sentoma enti onye katasu muomu aso say o woka na say but ni wura fisa no waye sa video no dada enti wode sa statement no petition no call yoko na amafo kotwe ni video no ene ye ka say bo ye ba mu akwatei na asem we say wa ma ye ho popo ye dada wankasa na ba de be ka kira ye say wa so ye honom no corruption akromfo ankasa na wo wase ye ho wana ka yo na corruption keta sese no proye adokoro wase ye enti na sa Professor Stephen Ade abeka atode ye wo kan so say amafo pe contragia ye tua 1 million na edi na fe na obe jampe wan kasa hu se corruption wo wase ye na adenti na anfa nko yoko because you stated it as a sector minister wan kasa na oba bonte be ka say corruption the things are at your what ministry edi na wan fa sa asem na nko yoko na Professor Stephen Ade na aba be ka na fe na mo say ofa na dance yemra o me prove o me kire bebi asa nkofo ne wo ye prosecute e ya danko dadade omo ba ya no hwetre fam asamiti a watwa ne say wache corruption na dokuru ye wakufa do ban na Ghana for me kasa asimu ye wakufa do de ba wo nya hye ne motom en wo ye Ghana for yodium MPP for yem yodium mo fa ba wo mi amra he mo to ba ne ma ba wo mi a enam say ye wakufa do ba wo nya hye ne motom so bi usho obi motom a de obeka na obeye because we mistake wo mi a okon entini anam saba omia sha yewura kufuado motom no obey ni remote control that is the only person yewura kufuado betwa ye remote control enti corruption keta se sha dokro na ene Professor Stephen Adamu nyina ba bonti omu ka bie no sa wode ba omia ba eno no be kata so muomu aso omia ba omia de obeka na ba omia be ye enti MPP for we asem sebe ma mo yenim sa Ghana for de yewura kufuado ba omia ne akufuado ya reject omo dada but e ya asem sebe MPP for san say se krono ebo aye nyina yetimu bi ni ye ene ye nyina epe sa ni pom yenu adi Ghana fo hwamo ye wura kufuado ne ba womia no omo di Ghana fo hwamo na be ya nim guase adi ama even MPP for ne say womo ehwe yanim abu yanim tia say sa papa ye mediga MPP for so not even Ghana dey want to medi so omo poma ne kwaso woni MPP anima yanim guase ade ma MPP ene o man Ghana na ye ka ade asoso say sansem wo nyina ayensem a Ghana ni biada mom ye fa ya nuntum na bebia no kore ne da no enka bebia papa ne nim a ohu say 1 million Ghana cedis ye tuatua na de ye contract no ye goche sa $1 million Crow and associates kano wamo ya den papa no obefe emre no so a and obete bobole bobo.
Okay, Alexander Ofosu Jan said this government has nothing better to offer Ghanaians. Gabriel Azar said okay, so okay, waboma baso say ene moya juma papa Ebenezer aye Gomadu say I like Ivan, I really like you so much. Also, Abdul Rahman said the professor you are referring to is being contested. The Stephen Adai is not a professor. Akwasi Pia say, okay, good work. It I say, Bridget Almado, latte, so do about the same sa. Then Iko Shroom say, more fire, Peter. More fire, Peter. It is a market for the swab or Hanum.
Dedi kama mamena PENDREAM TV ase. Now so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.